Good afternoon. Are you well? Did you have a good weekend? What did you get up to? I am beyond excited because we've got another jam-packed week lined up on Crafters TV, and we're going to be kickstarting it like we usually do with Wake Up Call. So if you are new to us, relatively new to us, my name's Craig Laird. You're going to find myself from midday here in the UK. For you guys stateside, you're going to find us 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific Time, where you can start your day. Or if you are here in the UK or across Europe, you can start your afternoon. So as I said, did you have a lovely weekend? Let us know in the comments. We're going to go over them just shortly. Really lovely here, nice and quiet, but it was nice just to be sitting out in the garden. So I am beyond excited because I am, at this weekend, I'm going home to see my oh no, sorry, wait a minute. Today, I'm very excited to show you a few sneak peeks when it comes to the foil press Craft-A-Log Monday Makers. That's what I was told I was meant to say. That, you can tell someone's back. So we have got, as I said a moment ago, it's all about the foil press later on, and guess what? It's not me. You've got someone else. You've got a different take coming up when it comes to the foil press later on. Foil press Craftful with the Fishers in the build. Well, I don't know if she's quite in yet, but she will be just shortly. And then that's going to go into, of course, Monday Makers being called Monday, and the day is Monday. Go figure. But you do need someone at the helm. He needs to just grab hold and needs to flow through the full of the day on Crafters TV. Unfortunately, Joe's taken a couple of days off, so we're stuck with this Egypt instead. He is back. He's back in the building, and he's looking quite shocked, actually.
That's just really uncalled for, isn't it? I've literally not seen this guy for a few days, and that's the kind of insults that I come back to. You just wait, Laird, you just wait. No, it is going to be a great day. Just to say on this show, lots to come, including a very special guest interview as well. We're going to be chatting to the lovely Rachel Williams, who's store manager at our store in Evesham. So we'll be chatting to her a little bit later on. And also during the show, thought I'd bring along a few Craft Vault items. So during this show, you buy X, you get Y for 1p! 1p! So for example, over the course of the next hour, you could be getting a creator card die for 1p! We've also got Harmony ink pads for 1p! And also, there's a bundle where you can get a 3D embossing folder for 1p! 1p! Yeah, we got...
Sounds like you're saying whoopee.
And I am saying whoopee, 1p! We have got some amazing deals. Shop ahead. You can check out those bundles on our website right now, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. So it is the start of a brand new week. It is a Monday, funnily enough, and that means that we have got a brand new Get It, Got It good deal. And if you think these have been good in the past, check out this bad boy. This is brilliant, right? The Gemini Midi is back. Such a cool little machine. Mini but mighty. Comes with everything you need to get crafting. $69.99 or $89.95, and take a look at that at the bottom of your screen there. You have got 100 bonus points with this if you grab it today. This deal is around for this week, or while stocks last. Is Get It, Got It good.
Hi. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Panda Crafts Joe probably is spending a couple of days in the pub garden. It's where he belongs. Right, let's have a look at the previews to what to expect, not only in Wake Up Call, but of course on the full day on Crafters TV. And we're going to be having a look at what is a 2-hour craft vault. So that's going to be 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, and it's all about the foil press. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to see on your screen just in a moment, these are not just any foil press. These are our foil stamp and cut Gemini foil press stamp and cut create a card collection. 3 elements, £54 here in the UK, $65 for you guys stateside. These are a dark colour, so that means they're not only going to foil, they're also going to die cut at the exact same time. We're going to be having a run through of them just shortly throughout Wake Up Call. So these have got that option with having that frame within the middle, so maybe you want to create that frame, that aperture, shakers, so many many different things that you can be using. They will, of course, go on your smaller platform for your foil press. They will go on your larger one as well, but that is just a smidge as to what Ben and Debbie will be showing you later on today on the 2-hour spectacular craft vault that it is. Then what we can do is we can then be having a look as to what's coming up on Monday Makers. Now these, the ones that we're going to be showing you, or the ones that I'm going to be demoing anyway, are the 8-inch album spine and Decadent Edges collection. 5 elements in total here. So you have the die where you can create your 8x8 album, and you also get the decadent edges so that you can change the edges of the pages if you so wish. $39.99 here in the UK, $45.95 for you guys stateside. You're already getting the saving of 20% no matter wherever you are across the globe. But when you go onto the website and go pop them into your basket, you will be paying even less than that depending on which tier you are of our Club Inspire. So if you want to know more about that, we'll be going over that later on throughout today and even maybe throughout the show as well. But maybe you want to do something even bigger. Maybe you want to go grande, huge, massive. Massive. Then you can go for the 10-inch. Now the 10-inch will only go through your Gemini Pro. The 8-inch will go through your original A4 Gemini. So this one being your Gemini 10-inch album spine, and your oplicant could be your oplicant, or it could be your opulent edges, whatever way you want to call them.
You're right over there.
5 elements in total, absolutely fine. $54.99 here in the UK for you guys stateside, $59.95. And as I always like to point out at this time of the show as well, if you are across in Europe, then just go to either crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu for you guys across Europe. All your prices and details will be in euros. Right there. But what we can do is we're going to stick along when it comes to Monday Makers, and something that I actually launched a number of weeks ago, and these are phenomenal. They're gorgeous. They're so elegant. You've got that option and that versatility of stamping, colouring, and then die cutting as well. So you're going to be getting all 6 in total, but in a grand total you're getting 24 elements. £64.95 here in the UK, $74.75 for you guys stateside. Already getting that really smart saving straight away, and you'll be paying even less, as I said a moment ago, depending where you are in Club Inspire. So that is the 3 main things throughout Craft Vault and Monday Makers that we are going to be showing you throughout this show on Wake Up Call. But what you can then do is later on the Craft Vault, 2-hour Craft Vault with Debbie and Ben, all about the foil press, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, and then you can come back and join them both again for Monday Makers, which is of course 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. That's going to get your creative juices flowing for sure. However, that's not the only thing. I've gone over what to expect throughout these main shows, but Ben is going to go over a few items which are in the Craft Vault as well.
I certainly am. And I tell you what, there's loads of hellos, which I'll leave Craig to do in just a few moments' time, because there's lots of people watching. So we'll let Craig do those hellos. But just a few comments. Evangeline just saying, wow, nice, get it, got it good. I know, right? It is amazing. And Maria just saying, hi everyone, so glad to be watching today. Not been able to watch many shows as I'm back to work. And one comment that I've just quickly picked out from the hellos. Craig, you know Denise Mills?
Yes.
Remember it's Denise's birthday today?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Denise. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for joining us on your birthday on Crafters TV. We would sing, but I don't think we're allowed to, are we?
I don't think we are we?
We're not allowed to.
Just say happy birthday, Denise.
Happy birthday. Right, let's crack on and see what we've got in the Craft Vault goodies. So basically, you have got loads of deals where you buy X and you get Y for 1p. And in this particular deal, amazing, right? You are only paying for the gilding wax. You've got the antique gold Pebeo gilding wax. Obviously a perfect partner to go with your 3D embossing folder. And the great thing is the embossing folder you're getting for 1p. 1p. Georgina producer says, I don't believe it. I'm telling you, for 1p, that is yours. So the price in total, £12 or $17. Do not miss out. It is a brilliant deal. And of course, with those 3D embossing folders, you kind of got more of those peaks and troughs just giving you that 3D effect. And the fact that you've got the Pebeo gilding wax in there as well, it's a perfect partner to really bring out the effects of that 3D-ness. £12, $17. And of course, if you are a platinum member, and of course you'll get your 20% off that as well. Let's have a look at this in action. A 3D embossing folder for a penny. Can you believe that, Craig?
Very little you can get for a penny, isn't it? But to get actually able to get that 3D embossing folder as well. Phenomenal on that one there. Lots of comments coming in as well. So good to see so many of you popping on and saying how you are. A lot you're looking forward to the 2-hour craft vault as well. That's so going to be really good. And before we crack on as well, I did want to say as well, over the weekend, Ben,
yes.
I have to send my thoughts to a certain caterpillar and just say,
don't you start.
Cuthbert, free Cuthbert.
Free Cuthbert.
Okay. Yeah. Stay in strong. We, Crafter's Companion, we're behind you. Free Cuthbert.
Do you know what? It just shows you how up I am with the news. I didn't even realise about all of this commotion until yesterday. And I came in and Johnny and I think it was Bernie were going on about, oh, free Cuthbert and Colin and Cuthbert. And I was like, what are you going on about? What are you going on about? Well, Craig will explain this better than I probably, but it's all about caterpillar cakes, isn't it, Craig?
It is. It really, really is. So as I explained, we're just running this one through our Gemini. It's 3D, so it's our magnetic and also our plastic shim. We have got a very famous caterpillar cake here in the UK that many people like to have on their birthdays and celebrations. And
that's Colin, isn't it?
That's Colin the caterpillar.
Yeah, Colin.
Yep. And a certain inexpensive supermarket have come out with their own, keeping in mind so many other supermarkets. They
already do their own.
Exactly, I've already got their own, and this supermarket isn't very happy and trying to take them to court. Not nice, not nice. So we
all over
are
a chocolate caterpillar.
Over a chocolate caterpillar. I know. But I have to say as well, the social media teams
they've been doing some funny stuff.
But do you know, I am going to say it is revolving around Aldi. Their social media team have been absolutely on the ball. Phenomenal in what they've been coming up with. And do you know what's good as well? Seeing all the other supermarkets joining in as well in defence of them. Brilliant.
It's quite tongue-in-cheek, isn't it?
It is well, but has to now. So we can go into there.
I didn't know until reading all of this that there's so many here in the UK, so many different chocolate caterpillar cakes.
I know
that you can buy. I mean, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. It makes me want to go out and eat chocolate caterpillar cakes today. Just go out and buy a load and see which is my favourite. Maybe we should do that.
We could do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Well, we just go out and buy lots of caterpillar cakes.
Hey, You've got the rest of the day off after today. You're doing nothing else for the rest of the day, a man of leisure. Maybe you should go out and buy, a few... I'm trying to wind him up, he's not reacting. Maybe you should go out and buy some of these caterpillar chocolate cakes and we could try them tomorrow. I think so. And do you know something as well? I've just seen Panda Crafts pop up as well. That's exactly what I said on my social media under one of the social media posts as well. Here in the UK, we seem to have been mentioning Coronation Street over the last few days, towards the end of last week. But here in the UK, you guys will remember when there was that great big storyline of Free Deirdre. Oh, Deirdre, yeah.
With the T-shirts and everything. We could be doing that as well. Free Cuthbert when it comes to that cake.
I'm well up for that, by the way. I know sometimes you just think we throw these things out and they never happen. I'm in here all day today, obviously. So if you can go out and get the cakes, Craig, I'm well up for eating cake with you tomorrow.
I think that would be a cracking idea, wouldn't it?
I'll leave it with you.
We'll have a look later on. That is now the embossing folder with the gilding wax. It's a mix between wax and flakes. So what I'm then going to do as well, so that you can see how it looks on white cardstock, and we do show these things, especially if it's an item from the craft vault, we'll tend to show you it onto black card because that's how spectacular the detail comes through. So what we can do is let's do it again into our white cardstock because it works, just as lovely. but you can then still come along, even though you're getting the wax, you can still come along, Ben, with your inks and do all your different techniques if you want. Being the 3D, doing the plastic, magnetic, and then what I'm also going to do, didn't do it the first time, but I like to do it every now and again, and that's put in the metal shim.
Yeah.
That gives it a little bit extra depth when it comes to the embossed detail. Don't always need it when it comes to the 3D, but sometimes it just helps as well. Sarah Brown on Facebook, I would go onto that certain search engine for you. Certainly, you know, you'll have not heard about the caterpillar cake because you guys across in Australia. So go onto Google and have a look. You'll absolutely be in for a good laugh when it comes to that one.
Oh dear, it just makes me laugh, all of the uproar. Rose is saying, what does the chocolate caterpillar cake look like? This is obviously not a thing in the US. Love it all. Well, this is why we need to get them on the show tomorrow.
Exactly.
I'm putting things out there. You're gonna have to go and get some.
I'm going to have to go around the supermarkets.
Yeah, but you have to
later.
go to Petty Cash, get some cake, and then we'll bring it onto the show tomorrow. And then maybe we could do like a blind taste test and see which is our favourite.
Could do that. Wait, you see, all the supermarkets will be out of them.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Do they all do them?
Well, I didn't realise so many did do them until this last day or two. I knew a couple did, but I didn't realise that there's been so much.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Well, because they're all named different. They're all named different. Anyway, we'll try and sort that out for tomorrow. But this is a good case in point when it comes to your gilding wax. Yeah, I'm thinking about cake. I'm trying to move on. But look how good it looks on the white.
Absolutely, it really does. It looks completely different. Gives it a different look. Gives it a different dimensional look as well. You know, this, if anything, it can look more 3D. Now, it does help depending on where you pop the gilding wax, whether it's round the edges and you go quite thick with your layers, whether you go subtle. But seeing that difference when it comes to your white cardstock and your black cardstock, still going to go through your craft cards and any of your other layers if you want, but think about craft metal as well, any of your different mediums. What about your tissue paper? So if you're going to wrap gifts, you can do a multitude of layers when it comes to that. Really nice for that backdrop if you want to. This one here with the black would work really nice with your vintage diary set. You can see here, and the reason obviously we've used the gilding wax is because you do get it with it. However, nothing's stopping you from using it standalone, the embossing folder, or you might want to start to bring in any of your inks and that as well. So I believe that they're so underrated when it comes to embossing folders. Definitely seen a resurgence with them and using them as of late.
And you can obviously get that full collection today for £12 or $17. There is that deal. The embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder, works out that you're getting that for one measly p. 1p. So take advantage of that deal today. I just think you're going to absolutely love it. Michelle Knits For You on YouTube just saying, love the antique look. Lots of chat, funnily enough, about chocolate caterpillar cakes on here as well. And lots of you getting very excited. Cake and craft, you see. I think those are two things that go very nicely together. That's why I'm going to try and, cake and crafting, that's why I'm going to try and persuade the bosses why it might be a good idea to craft and eat cake tomorrow at the same time, whilst drinking a cuppy, as you love to call it. So I'm just, I'm putting it out there. How many of you out there like to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, a slice of cake and a bit of craft? It's all the C's, isn't it? All the C's.
It is.
Cake, crafting and cuppy. By the way, if you do want to get social with us over the course of the next hour and 10 minutes or so, here you go. You can get in touch on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Lots of people saying hello. Lots of people getting very excited about the 2-hour craft vault that we've got coming up a little bit later on. All about the foil press, of course, don't forget. I'm excited about this. As much as I'm going to miss my main man over there in his sparkly foil press shirt, it's going to be exciting to see Debbie Fisher's take on the foil press. So if you've ever thought about getting into foiling, maybe you've seen the shows previously, you're thinking, shall I, shan't I? We will, of course, be giving you all the details on that a little bit later on. And also, we've got Monday Makers coming up later on too. During this show, going to be chatting to Rachel Williams from our Evesham store in just a little while. Hugely excited about that. And whilst we get ready for another demo with Craig, going to be looking at some foil pressing during this show, actually. Let's give you some information on how you can watch and shop with us. And this is a good time to check out your baskets as well.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
So now this is the thing, right? We've touched on something here because it's crafting, it's cake, it's a cuppy. Suzette Suze, I'm having a large cup of coffee and a fruit explosion muffin. That's what I'm talking about. Craft, cake, cuppy. Rose on YouTube, Rose Bryce Studio. Actually, I'm watching, drinking a cuppa and eating a scone whilst getting ready to craft. Cake, cuppy, craft. I mean, you must do this because you craft a lot. How many times have you been sat there with a cake, cuppy, whilst you're crafting?
I think there's a t-shirt in there somewhere.
I know. So I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
What was that all about? Eat, sleep, relax?
Yeah.
No, it's
Cuppy, cake, cuppy, craft.
Yeah.
Cuppy, cake, craft, repeat.
Repeat.
Right, you need to go out today and buy the cake. You also need to get the license so we can copyright that saying, print it out on all the t-shirts, and then we'll sell them. There's just a few bits for you to do today.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good, doesn't it?
I'm well up for this. Anyway,
Me too.
that's all coming tomorrow. Let's talk about the foiling. And you've got the foil stamp and cut dies over there. Just explain this for people who haven't seen them before, Craig. What can I do with these?
So these ones are a darker shade of grey than you would maybe expect with our normal foiling stamps. Normal foiling stamps, I say normal, what it does is it just foils the detail. Now these ones here, anything that's that deep grey, what happens is it foils, but it also die cuts at the same time through one pass of your Gemini. So this is opens up a big scope of different things that you can do with, you know, apertures, frames, you know, you can do your shakers, you can start to incorporate them when it comes to other collections that you've got. So for instance, you know, on this one here, we've got the selection on the show of the three elements where you've got the butterfly and blooms, you've got Nouveau and what we've got on the other one. We've got three of them, haven't we? Butterfly and Blooms, Art Nouveau, and then Art Deco as well. So you've got that nice set of three different ones. So going all out, whether it's going with blacks, maybe you're going all brights like we done a minute ago.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that one. Isn't that one just spectacular?
Yeah.
Really good one. And you can have them either way. You can turn it sideways if you want. And then we've got this one here. So we can see, going a bit different. So see how different it looks from the black and the gold compared to your pastel tones. And then this is the one we're going to run through in a moment. So this one doesn't have as larger aperture parts, but those little ivory specks that you can see throughout the design, that's what actually die cuts out. But then you could come along and you could start to colour in like we've done on this one here.
Is that coloured as opposed to paper piece in that one, is it?
That's right, yeah.
Wow.
Yep,
okay.
Just coloured in with either tri-blends or classiques. And this one here, it's gone straight onto black card, but then matted onto some of the red luxury card as well. So it gives it a completely different look, a dramatic look
Really
that we
does.
can see on this one here. So what I'm going to do is let's take all these bits and move them to the side just for a second. Now Debbie will go through all the different things when it comes to the foil press later on in the show. If you are new to the foil press, then you do get your matrix guide that kind of steps you through the sizes, the difference between your platforms when it comes to the ones that cut and ones that just emboss or foils. So what I'm going to do is for something like this, I'm going to go right up to 50 seconds.
Okay.
And then once I get to where I need to be, I'm just going to go in. Now, because that one is our foiling cut, we need a few different combination layers than you would usually do.
The bag's out.
The bag is out. So I need the metal shim Now this is the metal shim that comes with the foil press. And then I will also need metal shim that comes with your junior or your large Gemini, depending on which one you're using. If you are using your large Gemini, then you will need the A4 plate to go with it, or the A4 magnetic shim. So what we can do is if I bring in my metal one, so I'm going to pop that one on here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my foil press, foil and cut stamp onto that platform. I like to pop my carbon plate over the top, and then I'm going to press start. That's going to do the countdown. So that is then going to heat up all the way from the base, all the way through. I've got some cardstock and some foil all ready to go, and that just gives you that enough time to actually do the foiling.
Can I just say as well, there's lots of chat about cakes and cuppers on here. Mariah saying, I thought it was a cuppa, but Ben keeps saying cuppy. I say cuppa, but you say cuppy, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a Scottish thing. I'm just saying what he says.
Yeah, so
Cuppy.
either or, cuppy or a cuppa.
Yeah.
Depends, you can call it whichever way that
And
you
is a
want.
cuppa, Laura asked Craig, always tea, or does it mean coffee too?
I think predominantly it's usually if I have a cuppy, it's a cup of tea. But I have heard every now and again someone, say, oh, I'll have a cuppy, and they'll say, yeah, I'll have a coffee, thanks.
Oh, okay.
So I would say that predominantly it is tea. But, I think when someone says, oh, can I have a cuppy? They're, yeah, sure, would you like tea or coffee? Usually you get asked anyway, so, but yeah, cup of tea.
Glad we cleared all that up.
We did. So what we've done now is this is now heated up for the full amount of time that's needed. I've got some gold foil, and we're going to pop that one over the top. I've got some grey cardstock, and I've cut this just to size. Hopefully it will be enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my metal shim from my junior over the top.
Yeah.
And then what we can do is we can slide this one out. So we're just sliding it out, and then we're going to run it through our junior. Now the cardstock that I'm using, Georgina's loving the cardstock. She's seen it earlier on. It's just matastic. It's adorable, scoreable. It's from. It was from the Acorn Wood collection. Acorn Wood. So what we've done now is the die as well. It cuts all the way around the side, so it takes away all of the edges. And then what we can do is we can then peel it out, so we can lift it up. And then you'll be able to see already from up above that imprint.
Yeah.
Now you've got all these bits, these come out. So you could use your die tool if you want, and run it over, and you can pop them all out. So what we can do is we can then pop all these little bits out. And what I love about this set is they are different in the fact of course, this one's butterfly and bloom, the other ones are in art decor. However, the other ones have got a large aperture frame within the middle. This one's more subtle because it's got all these smaller bits, and it works in flow with the butterflies and also the blooms. So what we can do is if we pop this one out, so take all these bits out. Someone's got the giggles there.
No, there's some really good comments coming in. Attica says, this is most educational, referring to the show. Home economics, law, language, on top of all the entertainment. Imagine what you could charge for these shows. Whoa, imagine what we could charge. We'd be millionaires.
Could you imagine?
Millionaires, mate.
We would be millionaires.
Especially with all this
Absolute millions.
crafty knowledge as well. Look at that.
Isn't phenomenal, that colour. Now, round the edges here, where we've got a little bit of underfoiling, that just means that it could do with a few extra seconds. So what I would have done is I would come back, redo this, but I would pop it up for something like this, I would pop up for about 5 seconds. So I would do it to 55 seconds. So this is the good thing with our foil press is we can have a play, and we can, if we get underfoiling, like we've got around the edges, we increase the time by a few seconds. That means it stays on the heat a bit longer, which then means the heat's going to transfer and give you an even coating of heat. Alternatively, if you got foiling where you don't want it, that's classed as overfoiling.
Yeah.
So what you would do is you would do the opposite, and that was reduce the time for a few seconds. And that is what I absolutely adore about our foil press, is how you've got that option to do it.
But again, so you've got the matrix there, haven't you, to kind of tell you exactly how long you need with the majority of these. But is it also like learning your machine, because some of the machines are a little bit different to each other?
It is that, but then also what I say as well is, let's have a look in mine, bring in the matrix that you would get within the foil press. So this is matrix that I've got here. So this top bit here, this shows you your kind of like roughly the sizes, the time of when it comes to your normal foiling stamps.
Yeah.
Now I say normal foiling stamps because you can foil with normal die cut and dies. But this part here, this shows you and explains to you the size and the time when it comes to what we've just done there, the stamp and cut dies. But absolutely, you know, give or take a few seconds. Some might need a bit longer than others. And the way that I like to explain it, say your foil press has been in your craft room. Say me and you have got a foil press bed, right? Your craft room is roasting hot.
Yeah.
My craft room
Freezing
is
cold.
absolutely
Got ya.
freezing. If we both go and put our foil press in, start to foil straight away, mine's would need longer because it's freezing cold. So do you know what I mean? Just have a bit, if it's room temperature, it's fine. Get to know your machine, as Ben just said a moment ago. But then once you've got to know it, what you're going to find is always go by the matrix to start with, and then you might need to add a few seconds or take a few off. Go by the matrix to start, then you'll become familiar with your machine. But there's lots of different things that you can then start to come and do and incorporate, whether it's straight onto cardstock with a strap and a sentiment. We showed you the ones a moment ago, what we've done in the past, and this is the one where you could come in and you could start to do colouring, shading, and blending when it comes to the detail of the florals, but also the butterflies.
And of course, the thing I always sort of think about, and a few people get confused about, so that's a stamp and, a foil, stamp, foil and cut die.
That's right.
But you can get the ones that you just foil with, and those are a slightly different colour, aren't they, Craig? Because the stamp, foil and cut ones are sort of that darker grey. The other ones that you can just foil with, they're silver, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
So they do look like a normal die,
Yeah.
you know, one of our normal dies. It's just not got a cutting edge around it.
All right, well, there's going to be more coming up on the Craft Vault Foil Press Show a little bit later on this afternoon from 3 o'clock UK time. Loads of lovely comments coming in. I think it's fair to say that we've struck on something here. Loads of you love to craft, love to have a cuppa, and love to have some cake as well. Becca's Crafts on YouTube is saying, I must agree, cake and craft is awesome. My craft group love to bring in cake. Looking forward to getting together with them. Love the inspiration you give, so a big thank you. And Laura Simmons on Facebook is saying, I'm just so happy the Grande Dots background foil stamp is on sale. Woo-hoo! There's not a huge amount is the thing to say, so if you do want to grab that and sneak in nice and early. Right, let's have a look at some other deals that we've got. Few of you asking about some of the penny deals that we've got. So we've got these amazing deals on the Craft Vault where you can pick up items for 1p. And the 1p item within this collection here is this amazing doily patchwork die set. So that is yours for a penny. Within this collection, again, these are brilliant, right? If you're just wanting to not spend a huge amount of money to get into craft, this is great, because you're going to get within this collection, as I've said, that gorgeous doily patchwork die collection for just 1p. You've then got on top of that your die brush with your foam pad in there. Again, that's going to be absolutely perfect for getting all the little bits and pieces out. Quite an intricate die that you've got. Then we're going to give you your glue included in there too, with your fine tip glue applicators. I know how many of you love to be able to use those, particularly for your precision sticking. That's included. And then you've also got in there your 10 sheets of cardstock included as well. $13.47 or $27.35 is the deal on that. And as I say, you're picking up the die for 1p. How much? 1p! 1p! And we're going to have a look at this little collection with Craig right now. What can you show us, mister?
We are going to go straight in. I don't actually know if this has been available for the UK before.
Oh, serious?
I've got a funny feeling it's only been on warehouse clearance for the USA. I've seen it, but I've never had it on a show, so much so that we don't have finished samples for it. It was unopened, so that is kind of a little bit of a telltale sign that it's not been used a lot. But anyway, let's go through. Now with these ones here, the doily patchwork, you've got a number of different options. So you've got a die here. Now this has got no outside cutting edge, so that means whatever size cardstock you cut into, it's going to cut into the card. But if you wanted to, you could use this outer die, and then that's going to remove the design out of the cardstock. Alternatively, die cut it on its own to create a matte layer. Then you've got this one here, so you've got another backdrop here, but you've got a different design on this one, more of a floral star shape. And then if I take this one out, same idea in the fact that if you use this on its own, it cuts into your card, but then maybe you want to use the outline die to go with it, then obviously you've got that option. You might want to do mats and layers for it. And then we've got this top one where you've got the die, that die cuts out your card, but then you've got a panel in the middle that stays in with the card. So using them together, you've got so many different options in how you can use them. So what we can do is let's go in and let's do a little bit of cutting to start with. So we can go in, let's use a few of these. So if we go in with this top one, so this one would then cut on its own. So let's go in with some low tack tape. What we can do is we can start to have a play and see how we're going to start to position them.
Just to say as well, I've just noticed, I did look at that a minute ago and think, I'm sure you're getting the all-purpose glue within the glue. We've got, what is that one? Styrocol.
Oh.
But you're definitely getting your all-purpose glue within the collection. So you guys line up these mistakes for me to try and pick out. I know they're trying to do it to me yesterday as well, throwing in little things, putting up little. Oh yeah, they do it all the time. It's just a little early morning test for me. You see if I can pick up, see if I've done my prep, see if I'm wide awake. You got to get out of bed earlier in the morning than that to catch me out. It does look like the all-purpose glue, but I picked up on it. I know what
and you were up early as well, weren't you? No, yesterday.
No, not this morning. I wasn't. Not this morning. I had a nice. Yesterday I was up early. This morning I had a good lie-in. I haven't had Sarah pester me yet this week for an early morning run.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Tomorrow. So yeah, I had a good lie-in. I think about 8:15 this morning I woke up.
Really?
Oh yeah. What time do you stay into bed till?
What time did I get up? Set my alarm for 7.
7?
Like I usually do, yeah.
Why do you say so early?
I just do that if it's during the week.
Do you?
I like to just get up and get sorted and organised. I don't set my alarm at the weekend.
No. I think when I'm up here, I just like to take advantage of the fact that I don't have the kids here. That sounds really nasty.
No.
I love it to get away from the kids. No, but it's good, isn't it, when you've got the ability to be able to just sort of sleep in a little bit, because when I'm at home, particularly on the annoying thing about kids is that you can't get them up on the mornings when they need to go to school. You can't get them out of bed. But then on the weekends, when everyone can have a nice lie-in, they are always up at like 6:45 or something like that.
It's funny how that happens.
Oh, it isn't funny.
My cousins used to be like that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Them.
I don't get it.
I just remember as a kid, I used to sleep whenever. Like, I would never get up for school, and always like my mum and dad would have to wake me up. And weekends, I could sleep forever.
See, I couldn't. Forever. I can't have a lie-in. Even if I don't set my alarm like I don't at the weekend, or usually I don't. If I wake up, I have to get up.
Seriously?
Yeah, I can't just lie there.
Ah.
No, I can't just lie.
If my kids are up, which they usually are at a weekend now, they are at an age where I trust them to be able to sort of do things in the kitchen. So I normally just send a little thing down to our Amazon Alexa and get them to make me a cup of coffee or something. Cup of coffee in bed, bit of breakfast.
So what do you do?
Huh?
What do you do?
I'd send a little message down to me Amazon device.
How'd you do that?
Off me phone.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, you can communicate. Have you got one?
Oh yeah, I've got.
Yeah, you've got the app, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at me teaching him technical stuff. So you can either dial into it and speak directly into it, or you can type a little message, and it will go, "Message from Dad. Make me a cup of coffee." You.
No way.
Yeah. No, don't say that. Make me a cup of coffee, please, George and Daisy. Yeah. Do you not know how to do that?
No.
Yeah, that's what you can do. That's what you can do.
Did not know. Oh my God, I just noticed how flat my hair is. Can't wait to get that cut next week as well.
But obviously, you've got to have someone else in the house to be able to carry out the function that you've asked
yeah,
of them.
that's true.
Because if you sent a message to your Amazon device saying, "Make me a cup of coffee," then
imagine you got to reply back.
yeah, that would be scary, wouldn't it? Some
Yeah.
random person just came and brought you a coffee. But yeah, that's what you can do.
I didn't know you could do that with that device. I don't want to say it in case I say it.
Oh yeah, I keep
off.
saying it, don't I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I won't say it again. And I think you can have like you could ring me from yours and we could speak to each other.
I did not know that
Oh,
either.
I feel quite proud about the fact that I'm teaching you stuff that's quite technological.
I
Because
did
normally
not
you're
know.
like teaching me about all these different bits and pieces. Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
So there you
It's
go.
my afternoon planned. I do try and catch her out though with some questions.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Never works.
The latest one in our household, I think I've told you before, is our kids asking her to perform bodily function noises.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that the last time, weren't you?
Yeah.
I've not tried that yet.
Yeah, and there's an artist on there as well. He will sing you a song. I won't say what he's called because it's a rude word, Mr. Anyway, I'll let you discover that for yourself.
We'll talk off air.
Yeah, we certainly will. Anyway, how are you getting on?
I'm getting on fine. I'm just having a good old chat with you there. Having a really good chat. So this is where you can be die cutting your base layers if you want. Now, I was saying at the start, so this is your base layer, but if you were to use the inner die as well, then you've got a separate element. So like we've got on this one. So we could be layering that one over the top. So you create the mats and layers for this one.
Yep.
Then we've got, I'm not going to stand and pop all these ones out, but if I pop them ones out, they could then mat and layer onto this one. Trim it around, but then you've got your inner part here, so that would then, once trimmed down, that would just fit nicely into the middle here. You might want to pop it onto a larger one here. You might want to have it separate, you might want to have these separate, or you might even want to pop them ones over the top as well. Lots of different things that you can be doing with them. So for a little die set, you've got a real nice abundance of designs and options and different ways that you can use them as well. I really do love this set.
It is a lovely set, it certainly is, and of course the dies that you're seeing Craig using there are the 1p deal, the 1 penny deal that you've got within that collection, so definitely worth snapping up. I think we're doing some really nice bundles at the minute to kind of just get you started as well, so if you kind of, shall I, shan't I get into cross, shall I, shan't I get into kind of die cutting, that's nice because you've got the doily patchwork die set, you've got your die brush tool, you've got your cardstock and your glue, and then you've got your fine tip glue applicators included in there as well, 2 of those. For that amazing price, it all tops up to what, $13.47 or $27.35. There's lots of lovely comments coming in. I'll tell you what, I'll leave those to let Craig have a look at in just a few moments' time. Before that, excited that on Monday Makers, a little bit later on, we are bringing you your Monday Mega Deal. And I don't normally like to give you kind of like a sneaky peek ahead, but this one is so good that I kind of feel that you need to know about this before we bring it to you a little bit later on. Details on your screen right here. It is the Totally Tiffany storage and supply case collection. It is back in stock. I think the last time we saw this was back in October. Wait there, George, I'm doing the big build up. So we're very excited to be able to bring this back. £35 or $40. Wait there, Georgie, now I'm doing the big. This is your Monday Mega Deal. This is fantastic. If it's storage you're after, you have come to the right place, friends. Look at. You're going to get within this collection, Georgina's just gone, and catwalk, don't, and basically you've got 3 cases here. You've got one with 2 trays, you've got the second one which has got 4 trays, and then you have got your third one which has got 6 trays. So what I love about this is crafting on the go, this is storage for all those smaller bits and pieces, storage for those sort of bigger bits and pieces, storage for those sort of medium-sized bits and pieces, and actually as we're getting out and about a little bit more, as the world begins to open up, how invaluable is storage like this, because not only is this going to keep it neat and tidy within your home, It's great for you to kind of just pop in the boot of your car and go to your craft classes, go and craft with your friends in their gardens. This is phenomenal. And I love the fact it's just so simple, isn't it? All see-through, so you can see what you've got in all of the different cases. The fact that you've got the different sizes on these as well means that, you know, whether it is your glues, whether it is your tapes, whether it is your foam pads, there is a little slot for everything in there. You've got your hook and mesh system on there too to keep things nice and safe. And then, of course, when you are using them, you can lay them down flat, take everything out. So it's a storage system, but it's also, of course, the ability to take everything with you wherever you go. So I would grab these now whilst you can. £35 or $40. Remember, that's just the price that you're seeing on the screen there. You won't pay that, of course, because you're in Club Inspire. Chances are you're platinum. So that comes down to £28 or $32. You need to grab these because when people join us later for Monday Makers, these are going to fly out the door. And the great, all right, Georgina, she's going to do another catwalk. And this is the line she just gave me. And when you've got them, you can walk just like this.
Work it, baby. Work it. Work. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, convinced me that I need them as well.
The hilarious thing is that, like, Georgina and the guy go, do this, do that. And I just do it all, seriously.
I know.
I feel like a puppet sometimes. No, she didn't tell me to do that. I did that on my own. Craig, over to you.
Smooth. Smooth criminal. Right, we have got Rosalind on Facebook saying, Craig, you can fill in the underfoiling lightly with metallic markers. So yeah, if you get a little bit of underfoiling, then yeah, you can start to join them up with any metallic markers that you've got. Maybe it's just a little bit and it's not enough that you want to actually go and refoil the full image, so go for it. We've got Moira on Facebook saying you could foil with these too. Really, any dies, right? Is it just going to imprint the design as a foil? Absolutely. So going back to these little patchwork dies, so anything that's a wafer thin die, you can foil with them. So the detail, instead of it die cutting, then yes, what happens is the impression of what would die cut then goes into the cardstock with that lightly elegant foil. So it works really, really well. For you as well, saying that you've not seen that die set before, like myself, I have seen it before, but I've never worked with it. I don't own it myself, so a lot of you in the same boat as me. Shaheen on Facebook saying, Ben, Sarah went to the gym the other day.
Oh yeah, saw that.
With the trainer yesterday. Oh, I'm telling tales out of school. Did she go to the gym or did she just go running with them?
She did a PB for a 10K, didn't she? So she ran her personal best on a 10K, which is, look at me, feels like I'm stalking her, 58.45. And then I think she said that she's now going to start going back to the gym with a trainer as well to get even fitter. So hopefully she's tired out from that run because she did a PB, so she won't be pestering me for a run tomorrow morning.
Fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed for you. We've got Laura on Facebook saying, I could easily stay in bed. Everything is done in my head. Then hours later, I realise I don't do anything. That could be the worst. Aisha saying, I'm so with Craig. If I get up, I cannot stay in bed. I have to get moving. And then there was another one there saying, where was it? Sandra on YouTube is saying, it's Sarah's birthday this week, so if she wants to go running, Ben, don't be mean.
All right, I'm sure that'll be...
He is the least mean person I know.
I am not mean, and I'm sure that's top of Sarah's birthday list to go on a run with me on her birthday. I'm sure that's probably what she wants to do. No, she wants to go for a run tomorrow, I will, but you know, just fingers crossed. It is her birthday on Friday, isn't it?
And because I think she's coming in for a wee while. I think she's got a show, and I believe if I just twist that arm that little bit more, going to try and get her to come on Wake Up Call at one point as well.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, without saying too much, it's going to be an exciting day on Friday. Lots happening, so make sure you stick around. Sarah celebrating her birthday this coming Friday. Right, coming up a little bit later on, and I know lots of you will be excited to know that we've got this on Monday Makers, the album spines. Now, we've got these in various different sizes, and I actually am genuinely excited about seeing these because I want to say that I've only seen these perhaps demonstrated once before, or certainly an album spine of sorts. And as I say, we've got these in the 2 different sizes available for you. So we're going to have a little sneaky peek at these with Craig. Don't forget as well, coming up in around about 10 minutes time, we will be chatting to our guest of the show today, Rachel Williams from our Evesham store here in the UK. She is the manager of the store. We're going to be chatting to hopefully the next 10 minutes or so about the opening up of all the stores and about her crafty loves and likes as well. So that is something to look forward to around about 1 o'clock, so about 10 minutes time. But before that, Craig, chat to me about these album spines.
These are absolutely gorgeous. These you're going to be seeing in a lot more detail later on Monday Makers with Debbie Fisher and Ben. So that's going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Now look at these. So everything that's black within this memory book, that's what you're going to be able to use and die cut. Now some of these elements extra in here, these are extra ones. Maybe you've got from your pop-out boxes or that you can start to incorporate them, or maybe the original Precious Memory books. But this one here, the one we're going to be looking at is the 8-inch album and spine. So what you've got as well, within that one, you've got your decorating edges, and these enable you to change the shape of the insert pages.
Oh, okay.
So you've got a few different ones. So you've got 4 in total that we can see here. Because what you can then do is cut your pages to 8 by 8 so they sit within the book, because this is 8 inches in height. However, what you can do if you want, you don't have to make it 8 by 8, you can make it 8 inch by whatever that you want. You can make it as long as you want, cardstock dependent. All you're doing is you're just trimming it down. So you do have that option with it being the 8-inch album spine, but you can make it thinner, slimmer if you want, you can make it longer, lots of different ways. The 10-inch one is the exact same concept. The only difference is it's a couple of inches bigger.
Yep.
And what that means is what I'm going to use now, the 8-inch one, you can use with your original Gemini, the Daddy Gemini, the A4, or any A4 die cutting machines. The 10-inch one, you will need the Gemini Pro for that one because of the size of it. But what we can do is I'm going to do this in real nice bright cardstock so that you can see, and you'll find the 8-inch one, Ben, it just fits your A4 cardstock just perfectly, and it will of course fit your letter size cardstock as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run this one through. So as we die cut this, what happens is it gives you the score line, gives you that line where you can start to do the concertina effect, also gives you little crisscross embosses to let you know where you're going to pop your adhesive. It's so well thought out, and it makes it really, really easy. So maybe you've started off doing memory books with the smaller Precious Memory ones. Now this is just taking it to the next scale.
Yeah.
So what we can do is let's take these bits here. Now you'll be able to see, oh look at that one, straight away from
beautiful.
up above. You've got all your score lines, and can you see as well how we've got little crosses? So you've got little crosses that run right along the middle, right along the bottom, and right along the top. So what we're going to do at this point, Ben, is, so where you've got the crosses side by side, that is where, so if I tip it so you can see.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to start to fold it, and then what will happen is when we stick the adhesive, this is where you're going to stick the cross to cross. And it'll come more clear in a moment once I've started to fold all these different layers. And what I like to do is I fold them all both ways.
Yeah.
Because some will be valley fold, some will be mountain fold. But you give them a good score.
So is there a certain amount of pages that you can put in within each spine before you would extend it, if you can extend it?
So it will allow you to do 1, 2, 3, 4 pages.
Yeah.
6 if you include the front page and the back page.
Yes.
However, those 4 in the middle, you're going to do the front and the back.
Reverse, yes.
So it'll give you 8 in the middle plus 1 at the front page and 1 at the back page.
Got ya.
So quite a few options that you've got within that one here. So then all that I'm going to do at the moment, Ben, is I'm going to go all the way along and fold all these lines.
Lots of chat still coming in. Lots of love for the doily patchwork dies, actually, which we were showing you a few moments ago. Anne's Craft saying the dies are fun because they fit on everything from cards to boxes. Lots of love for my little catwalk as well. That wasn't planned, actually, but I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Words such as sassy and work it coming through. That's not a word I would describe myself as. I don't think sassy necessarily. And I've never been told to work it either.
Work It, that's a Saturday song, isn't it?
Huh?
Work It. Is that Pussycat Dolls or the Saturdays?
I know.
Work It.
I don't know.
You've got a daughter.
Yeah, but...
Oh, Fifth Harmony. You gotta
Who?
go to work. I think that's all I'm allowed to sing.
How's it go?
You've got to go to work.
That sounds like you going to the zoo.
How about you? Oh my gosh, I've not heard that song in years.
You got to do some work.
We're going to the zoo.
Yeah, it'll be fine, George. Don't worry about it.
It's a kid's song.
It's a kid's song. It's fine.
Oh, that's going on my playlist later on. I'm going to be going along Aycliffe High Street with my window down, song playing.
Have you ever done that? I used to, was a point. You know, what do we call around here? Like boy racers, don't we?
Yes.
Who have their windows down, the shades on, the music cranked up, and it's always like.
Yep.
I used to go around again and like wind my windows down and blast out like classical music and stuff like that. But you should definitely do that. Down Aycliffe High Street later on, we're going to the zoo, blasting out over the speakers.
That would be hilarious. Total minter though, eh?
Eh?
Total minter.
What?
Total minter.
What does that mean?
Embarrassing.
I've never heard that expression.
Have you not? Total minter.
Minter?
Minter.
Is that a Scottish thing?
Must be.
Ah.
Yeah, total minter.
Total minter. If you do that later on, though, by the way, please film it.
You know what would happen? You'd end up getting stuck at traffic lights or at roadworks or something, and all these young girls will be going past or something like that, and your phone will jam or it'll and end up not being able to change the song.
What a day we've got lined up for you. Driving around to get caterpillar cakes while listening to We're Going to the Zoo. You've got all these caterpillar cakes lined up on your parcel shelf in the back.
One in the front seat, one in the back seat. Caterpillar Zoo.
Keep rolling.
Oh gosh, love it. I know, could you imagine, eh? Oh, love it. Yeah, hilarious. Film myself, safely, of course.
Yes, of course. What kind of paper are you using, by the way? Mary Ann wants to know. Mine always cracks.
This is our Centura Pearl.
Yeah.
This is our turquoise one. Just so happens I'm using it so it shows off better all the score lines. But what I've done is I fold, and Mountain Valley fold each of these ones. So what I've done is the panels now that I've got the crisscross, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a bit of adhesive onto each side.
Yeah.
This is where I would be using our tacky glue for this one to make sure it's really, really robust. Then that means that the glue is going to dry into all of the fibres of the cardstock. You're going to be able to then make sure that the pages are going to stay in place afterwards. And what this will also do, this gives you the little tabs for you to pop your pages in a moment. So what we can do now is these two that I've got the crosses, we're going to meet them face to face. So I'm going to press so that we can get that glue to attach. And then what we're going to do is this next one as well. So we're going to press. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the third one. And then we're going to press for that to attach. And then we're going to go in with the last one and do exactly the same. And press.
Guess what song I've got going around my head
I
currently?
know, me too. Going to the zoo.
We're going to... Who sang that?
I don't know,
Someone will
but
tell
it
us.
used to be on my cassette player that I used to have when I was a little
Showing your age
kid.
now.
Yeah,
Cassette player.
cassette player. Then here, so you'll see from up above, see how we've got that effect now with our little slats? We can then come along with our pages, And then this is where the spine is starting to come into play. Well, what I can then do is let's bring in, we'll still use the turquoise Centura Pearl. And then I'm going to cut this one down. But what I would then do is for this one, because you have got, to start with anyway, you've got 4 slats. So I would do 8 layers of 8 by 8. So I'm not going to do all 8, but I'll do 2 so that I can show you how you're then going to come along and pop them in. So we can then do 8 by 8. And I tell you what, let's do a third one and I can show you how you can then attach your front page.
Peter, Paul and Mary sang We're Going to the Zoo.
Who sang it?
Peter, Paul and Mary.
Peter, Paul and Mary?
Yeah, I'm sure they also sang that other big hit, Puff the Magic Dragon.
That one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
Oh, I don't think we'll be able to sing that one.
Huh?
I don't think we'll be allowed to sing that one.
Won't we?
I don't think so anyway.
Puff the Magic Dragon. That's it.
Yeah. That's a classic when you're a kid, isn't it? Absolute classic.
All those great songs of years gone by that we used to listen to on our cassettes.
I know.
Good old days.
All the good old days gone now, aren't they?
Aren't they, hey? Aren't they?
They have. Why would you want to be an adult now? The kids. You thought when you were a little kid you had it hard, didn't you?
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
You did.
Kids these days, crazy.
Don't know they're born.
They don't know, do they? No, they don't know.
Yep.
Oh dear.
I used to think it was ridiculous that, you know, you would pay board or that, and then now you realise when you lived at home, it was nothing. That was nothing.
Oh yeah, I remember when my parents first started asking me to pay like whatever it was, £25 a week or something. I think, what, 25 quid a week?
I think I was about that as well.
Wish I'd stayed at home.
And also do I. Start living on your own, you think, oh my gosh, that was nothing.
My mum always said you should stay at home with me, son. I'll look after you. There you go.
See, that would happen with my mum as well.
Oh, would it?
She'd always look after me,
Yeah. Yeah.
What I've done on this one is we've gone in, so if I go on this top flap here, what I've done is I've popped our first layer of cardstock on one side, and then what I've done is I've come along with the second one, popped that over the top so that we are sandwiching each of those little fold lines into the side. What I also done as well is I popped adhesive all the way around the back, so then this is making it really strong and robust. And then what you can do as well, I'll just do this last one, but if you wanted to come along with another layer, either same layer so you're creating the basis of your memory book, or you could even then come in with different colours, press that one over the top, and this is where, before you stick this to the front and back, if you wanted to use those optional dies that you've got to make a decorative edge, then you can do, but you would carry on with the remaining 3 tabs here, do the same at the front, and then this is where your memory book would start to come together, and then you can start to build it up whichever way that you so wish. So that one being the 8-inch memory spine with the decorative edges, so in total you're getting 5 elements. There's the option to go for the 10 by 10 one. That one is for the Gemini Pro only. And then what you can do, of course, if you do come back later on and see Monday Makers with Ben and also Debbie, that just means that you'll be able to get more ideas and inspiration. 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. I love these ones, and these are certainly ones, certainly the 8x8 ones, I'm really thinking of starting to make my my own one over the next couple of weeks. Be a lot of fun that you can see onto that one there.
They are really super cute, and we've got some really good shows coming up, as you've seen. This is just a bit of a hint and a taster as to what's coming up with the foil press, with those album spines, of course, as well. And don't forget that Monday mega deal on the Tiffany storage. It is going to be a fantastic day here at Crafters TV. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming in. I'll let Craig read a few more of those in just a bit. But safe to say you are all loving the shenanigans this morning. Now, as we love to do here on Wake Up Call, we love to chat to other people, particularly people who are within the company as well, within Crafters Companion. And I know you guys have enjoyed meeting all of the different folk that work here. And today we're going to chat to Rachel Williams, who is a store manager at our Evesham store. And Rachel joins us via the wonders of modern technology. Hi Rachel, good afternoon, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent stuff. And I suppose that the first thing to say is, what's it like with the stores being open again? You must be thrilled.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. It's lovely to see all of our regulars again, see what they've been up to in the last few months.
And just tell us a little bit about your job at Crafters Companion. How long have you been working for the company, and how did you arrive to be within the Crafters family?
So I applied for the store manager job before the store opened in Evesham and was lucky enough to get it. Sarah invited me up to head office to meet her and I was completely overwhelmed. It was absolutely amazing, I'm sure you can agree. So I've been looking after the Evesham store since we opened, got a huge cafe and obviously a massive craft shop too.
And there's obviously been a real buzz about things since it's opened up again. Have you found that the footfall through the doors has been a lot more over the last week or so?
Absolutely crazy, yeah. It's been so lovely to see all of our regulars again. It's been really nice.
You must get that as well, actually, because obviously here on Crafters TV, we see the sort of regular names come up, and we kind of feel, even though we've never met these people, that they're part of the family. Do you find that you see the sort of same friendly faces coming through the doors of the store week in, week out?
Absolutely. Some people are there every day. Especially, we have it in the cafe as well, our own little regulars. But it's really lovely because they show us what they've made, and they have an interest in what we've been up to as well.
It's such a brilliant family. We absolutely love it here. And talking about craft, did you have an interest in craft before you became part of the Crafters Companion family?
Well, yes, and the fact that I got offered this job was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
But I never really found my niche until the first lockdown.
And what was your niche that you found during that lockdown? What was it that you turned to?
I started dabbling with a bit of resin. So it was actually my birthday on Friday. So it was a year ago on Friday that I first got all my resin stuff for my birthday. And I've always had an obsession with flowers, being a florist back in my youth.
Uh-huh.
So I just thought, what a great way to preserve flowers, and that's how it all started.
What was it about resin particularly that made you wanted to start working with that particular material?
It was the flower side of things, the fact that I was able to preserve such beautiful things forever.
And how easy is it to do? It's not something that I've heard too much about. How easy is it to create with?
It's taken me a good 8 months to really get it right. I've had a lot of mistakes. But I also have to wear this very unglamorous headgear when I'm using it as well.
Wow! You'll have to. So what, that is a bit unglamorous, isn't it? Why do you have to pop that on then?
Because it's quite dangerous for you to breathe in while it's still a liquid. So it comes in 2 bottles. You have a hardener and then the resin. So you have to mix them together to the very precise gram. Mix it for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you have about 40 minutes to work with it. And then after that, and once it's dried overnight, it's no longer toxic.
Wow. And I think we've got some pictures of things that you've created. So let's have a little look at these, and you can perhaps just talk us around these, Rachel.
Yeah. So these are dried peony petals and dried rose petals with gold leaf, or fake gold leaf, but,
yeah.
Set in them. And then I normally I have like a hobby drill now as well, so I can drill a little hole in those.
Yes.
And I can show those, hanging on doors or hanging on walls, and they're just really pretty display items.
They are gorgeous, and we've got another picture here for us. If you can just talk us through these. This is phenomenal.
Oh, that was absolutely crazy. That was my Christmas decorations.
Wow! How long did it take you to create that?
So basically with that one, those ones I started making in November, and my best friend Tom put a picture up on Instagram, and they went absolutely crazy. And that's when I realised maybe this is a business I could start.
Well, that's something we're going to come on to, actually, talking about the stir that you created. I know we've got one more picture to have a look at here. So again, these are necklaces, yeah?
Yeah, that's been my main business in the last lockdown. I've been creating jewellery.
So off the back of posting some pictures on Instagram, that's how this whole thing started, and you've kind of created a little business for yourself, that stir on Instagram, right?
Yeah, so my friend Tom posted a picture. I was then suddenly inundated with requests for these Christmas decorations. Luckily, I was on furlough, so I managed to create quite a lot of them. But obviously, when the stores reopened in December, I was having to get up at like 5 a.m. to be able to make these before going to Crafters Companion to work, just to keep on top of all these orders.
That is amazing. There's a picture of you here as well, just coming up. Rachel's resin. Did you ever think when you started working with resin that so quickly this would all spiral into a little business for you?
Absolutely no. I had no idea. And Tom was the one that kept pushing me, telling me that I was good enough. Because I just never thought I was. And then, obviously, he's proved me right, because I've now got 250 sales on Etsy as well.
This is phenomenal. I love hearing these stories as well, where you just start off doing something because you fancy having a bit of a go, and then all of a sudden, you've got a little business going as well. This is obviously something that you're now going to continue doing, and I guess putting more work in. But I guess it's probably difficult to get the balance with work and then your Rachel's resin as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So obviously, in the last furlough, I've made sure that I've spent all my time creating a lot of stock so that I can concentrate back on my job with all my customers and my team. So I've got an abundance of stock here in my room. I don't know if you can see it behind me. It's all in neat drawers. So I'm ready to go, and that should keep me going for at least a few months. Well,
listen, let's give out some details as to where people can find you if people want to explore and find out more, and maybe purchase some of your makes. Where's the best place that people can find you? Is it on Instagram?
Yeah, it is. So I've even got my own mugs. Look.
Oh wow! Look at that! Brilliant.
So yeah, it's just Rachel's_resin on Instagram.
Okay, Rachel_resin, and people can find out more and or potentially.
Yeah, Rachel's with an S on the end.
Okie dokie, Rachel's_resin. There you go. Details on the screen, actually, just there. Well, listen, it has been so lovely to speak to you, and I know loads of our viewers now will be hitting up your Instagram page, and I'll certainly be joining in and having a look. And we look forward to seeing more of your makes in the very near future. And say hello to everyone at the Evesham store for us, won't you, Rachel?
I will. I look forward to getting some messages from your fans. That'll be lovely.
Absolutely, you certainly will do. I know you will. They're always very excited to meet lots of the Crafters team, and particularly when we see some of the amazing things that you've been making. I've no doubt you will be inundated with messages. Hey, Rachel, thank you so much. Have a brilliant Monday. Have a brilliant rest of the week, and thanks for joining us on Crafters TV. Brilliant stuff.
Thanks. See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye. There we go. How amazing was that, Craig?
Rachel is absolutely lovely. What an absolute heart of gold. What an incredible manager as well. Incredible store. She really is so much fun. So talented as well. Things that she makes when it comes to the resins are phenomenal. So yeah, do go across on Instagram and give her a follow. Check out what she's been making as well. And then what I'll do later on is I will share one of her posts on my Instagram so that you can also find it that way as well. But so good to see. Lovely, lovely girl.
We will we'll post again. I'll certainly post on my socials. I know Craig will. A few of you just asking what is their Instagram handle again. So it's Rachel_resin. That's how you can find her on Instagram. Again, maybe if we can before the end of the show, we'll just pop up those details for you. Laura Major saying so beautiful. Rachel, what an inspiration. Yeah, do give her a look on Instagram. Do go and have a look at her page. No doubt you will find some brilliant goodies right there. Right, we are of course bringing you some brilliant goodies here on Crafters TV as well. Not least, we are bringing you deals where you can buy one item or a couple of items and get another item for 1p. This is the cocktail stamp collection. 3 elements here. I can't believe the price on this, right? Because you're paying $10.49 for the lot. That cocktail stamp was in huge demand at full price, just going back I want to say maybe a month or so. Very popular indeed. And now we've got it in this bundle. Basically what you're getting here is this gorgeous cocktail dream stamp. So this is one of those rotating stamps. Really clever design that you can kind of stamp in all of those different colours, 4 different colours. You give it a rotate of 90 degrees, stamp again in a different colour, and you can create yourself an absolutely beautiful sort of cocktail background. Then on top of that, you've got this amazing drink Prosecco stamp. It's time to eat cake and drink Prosecco. That is also included. Hey, we've been talking about cake today, haven't we? How amazing is it we've got that on the show? Sorry, Georgina. And then your 1p item, who would believe it, your Harmony pigment ink pad in the Lagoon colour. Oh, hello. that one is yours for a penny within this collection. It's a phenomenal collection. If you've not seen the cocktail dream stamp before, by the way, and the kind of technicalities of these and how they work, they are absolutely brilliant. £10.49 or £12.91 is the deal on this. Take another 20% off if you are a platinum member, and we're going to have a look at this right now. I mean, this is the busiest deal we've had on the show, apparently. I'm not surprised, actually, because as I say, that cocktail dream stamp, I mean, I reckon it's worth just that price on its own.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one there. It's one that's been sought after for some time now. Did have it on once before, as Ben said, and it was so busy. So the best way to use these ones is if you've got your large stamping platform, perfect. And what to do is if you make sure that you've got it bang centre in the middle of your platform grid. Now you can do this just with, actually, does it fit just on the 6x6 one? Let's double check. See, so it will fit on the 6x6 one, but if you do it with your large 8x8 with the magnetic disc, then what it does is it's going to get it in the perfect position every time. So I've got it where I need it to be, so I'm going to put my platform on and I'm going to press down. So as I say, this is now in the exact place of being right into the middle.
Yeah.
So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to come in with a piece of cardstock. So what have I cut this one to? 6. I'm going to trim this down to 6.5 by 6.5. I always try and make them as even as I can to the 1/4 of an inch because it makes it easier to line up. So once again, what we need to do, whatever size piece of cardstock you're using, you need to make sure that it's bang centre in the middle. So for this one, I can see I've got 3 grids all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to come in with my magnetic discs to hold it in place. So that means we are now good to go, ready to stamp.
Sorry, when you were singing, we've been talking about so much today, haven't we? I just had another song going on my head there. What's that song where she goes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. What's it called?
Chandelier.
Chandelier.
Love that
Oh,
song.
I see her, yeah.
Yeah, love it. love it.
Oh dear.
So what I've done now, when it comes to these stamps here, the best ones to use are going to be your quick dry ink pads for these ones, and you're going to need 4 to get the effect. However, I've got water reactive here simply because I didn't want to go and interrupt Ben when he was talking to Rachel. So I'm going to go in now. So let's bring in our stamp. So let's go in with Chinese red here. So we can give this a stamp, and we're going to stamp where the image is. Follow it all the way around, and then I'm going to press this one into place. So we're going to go in and we're going to press all that detail into our cardstock.
Melissa's just messaged saying, I thought Craig was on vacation.
Next week.
Oh, next week.
Next week, yep. I will be for Friday's my last day. Yeah. Friday, yes.
Are you someone who switches everything off, or do you have a sneaky peek of your emails every day, so when you come back you have a zillion emails?
Yeah, what I do is halfway. So I'm only off for a week. I'm off for a week. So what I will do is halfway, round about the Wednesday,
yeah,
I'll spend a couple of hours and I'll go through my emails.
Yes.
Do what I need to do so that, for exact reason as you've said there, Ben, that I don't have a zillion to come back to.
It's the worst, isn't it, when you come back from holiday?
Yeah.
Your inbox is overflowing.
So that's what I do. But other than that, yeah, it's I try and be quite strict when it comes to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will check my emails. What I've done there is I didn't do any movement or that. All that I've done is I gave it a second impression. Because it's water reactive, it's not as... it is a bold colour, but it's not going to be as impactful like a quick dry would be straight away.
Yeah.
So that is now the first one that we've done here. What I would always say as well, to always remind myself, just within my head, I always pop the Crafter's Companion logo to the bottom right-hand side. I kind of do that anyway, Ben. It doesn't matter what kind of stamping I'm doing. Then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go over with a parakeet. And you could stamp any of the excess ink off onto a piece of cardstock. I'm going to go straight on. It won't contaminate the ink pads too much because I've not got like of a yellow or an orange. So this is where the logo was. So I'm going to turn it 90 degrees so it's at the left-hand side. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to press. So we're going to press all the way around into place here. What I'm going to do is I've got my magnetic discs that are stopping some of the image. So let's pull them further out. But once again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a second impression, only because the magnetic discs were stopping me from getting a good smooth impression. So let's go back in.
It's amazing that you can create something so detailed just by changing the colours and giving it a quick rotate, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the stamp itself, like the kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? The design of the stamp, which interests me, I think, more than anything, how it works.
The engineering of it,
the engineering, yeah.
These images within this one stamp have got to be absolutely perfectly placed so that when you do the twisting round, it all comes together. So there was our logo, was at the bottom left. So I'm going to turn it 90 degrees so it's at the top left. And then what we can do is we can press. So we're going to press this one in with our ink. That one happened to be fuchsia that I used there. And we can see how it starts to build up. Then what we can do is, last but not least, I'm going to come in with a crushed velvet and we're going to stamp. We're going to stamp this one out. This is then going to kind of like inlay some of the detail. So our logo was top left, turn it 90 degrees, so it's now at top right. And then we can then come along and press. So making sure the stamp's bang centre in the middle of your platform, your cardstock is bang centre in the middle of the platform, and then you're twisting or rotating 90 degrees. We're going to leave that up, and then you can see how it's infilled. All the different bits.
Clever.
You've got even like the bits of lemon or orange or whatever that you want it to be sitting nicely over the side. So let's bring in a few finished samples so that you can see. So it is 6 by 6, but then what you can do is you can then trim it down, maybe onto a 5 by 7, you know, maybe even slimmer if you want. You can extend it by putting a ribbon in the middle if you've chopped it in half. So you've got a really nice way. This is a happy birthday die that's been popped on top, but you are getting that sentiment one. So you might want to incorporate that sentiment stamp on top as well. And then just splitting them up so that you've got them in little panels. Maybe using your nesting dies. Look at this one here. How spectacular is that one? So, so good. Can't believe you get the 3 elements within that full one.
I know, and that stamp itself, you know, the fact that you've got so much intricacy there and the engineering of it, like Craig was saying, it looks like you'll have spent ages like putting that together, and actually so simple. Choose your favourite colours, quick rotation of the stamp, and then away you go. The cocktail dreams you get. You also get the it's time to eat cake and drink Prosecco stamp, and then of course for a penny you're also going to get your Lagoon ink pad as well. That's a phenomenal buy, $10.49 or $12.91. Don't miss out. Mary Navin on YouTube is saying, I've done some cards with a cocktail stamp yesterday and they turned out beautiful. Lots of love coming in for the interview with Rachel as well. It's lovely when you love to meet our team members. You love it when we've got interviews on. Anne's just saying, what a fun position to see the regulars at the CC store and see their makes. Wow, what a fantastic artist Rachel is, says Pamela. So beautiful, Rachel, says Laura. What inspiration. And Aisha just saying, I love when they have guests on. Janet H has also started following Rachel on Instagram as well. It was lovely to chat to her, and if you did miss the interview, by the way, as always, if you've missed any part of this show, you can go back and watch it either on Facebook, or the best thing to do is subscribe to our YouTube page, and then you can watch back this show, all the other millions of shows that we've done over the time, and of course you can make your own playlists and create playlists for your favourite shows as well. Right, as we continue then, we've only got 7 or 8 minutes remaining. We've got these craft fault deals, but also I just want to highlight one of the, well, I think this is the star of Monday Makers a little bit later on, is your Monday Mega Deal. And this is brilliant. Producer Georgina said that she wanted me just to show this again. Well, A, because you're absolutely loving it and it's flying out the door, but B, she also loves the catwalk that I've been doing, the modelling. So, I mean, but anyway, before we do that, let's just talk about the product. This is amazing. This is your storage and supply cases collection. Not been seen in stock since the back end of last year, and boy oh boy, have these come at the right time. If you're in need of storage, you've got it. If you're in need of portable storage, you've got it. And what a time for these to arrive back in, because I know what you're like. You're probably thinking, I'd love to be able to go out and about, craft with friends, go to craft groups, but I've got no way to take everything with me. You have now. What you're going to get are 3 cases. This one here has got 6 trays. So again, for storing things like your powders, for things like your pens and pencils, for things like your smaller items, 6 trays to pop those in, all encased in your see-through case, nice and sturdy. You've got the hook and mesh system on there as well to keep it nice and safe. So, you know, for storage in your craft room, amazing. For kind of usability, amazing, because it's see-through and you've got those trays there almost dispensing the products that you put in them. And for portability, amazing, because you can carry it wherever you go. I'll do the catwalk in a minute, George. Shush. Then you've also got your second case, which has got your 4 cases in. So for some of your bigger items, like for example in here we've got our foam pads, we've got our 3D glues and dispensers, we've got our tapes in there too. So 4 slightly bigger trays to keep all of those sort of medium items in. And then we've got your third case, I should say, and that has got the 2 trays. So for, you know, slightly larger items, for example. But I just love the fact, as I say, that this is you know, portability. But if you just want to take the storage out, you know, take the trays out, you can do that and pop other things in here, however you want to use them. Basically, it's getting organised, and basically it's making your crafting more portable as well. All 3 of these you get for that back in stock price of £35, $40, and if you're a platinum member, that works out as, with my terrible maths, £28 or $32, which is fantastic. And look, you know, look how sassy you can be when you've got these. Yeah. Craig's ignoring me now. Get these whilst you can, because these are proving very popular. It is our Monday mega deal. They're supposed to be with you a little bit later on. If they keep flying out the door at this rate of knots, well, there's not going to be many left. Grab them whilst you can. Right. In the last few moments of the show, I just want to bring to you our final buy X, get Y for a penny deal within the Craft Vault. And this is all about the Nativity die collections. So basically, again, if you're thinking to yourself, well, hang on a minute, it's April, Christmas cards. Loads of you are already making, I know, because you've already told us. What you're going to be getting here with this is your Oh Holy Night die, really nice size kind of feature die, sentiment die for your Christmas cards. And then on top of that, for a penny, you're going to get your Peace on Earth stamps. And then within this, you're going to get these gorgeous sort of little circular dies with pictures of the Nativity on, stamps. And then you've also got Christ is Born, Peace on Earth, and remember the reason of the season. There's loads included on there, 10 in total, that you get for just a penny. It's a £13 or $17 deal in total. And I reckon with 4 minutes to go on the show, Mr. Craig can probably squeeze in a quick demonstration.
I absolutely am. If you've not seen this Oh Holy Night die before, it really is quite spectacular. So let's run that one through. Pamela is on YouTube is saying Ben is very musically inclined today.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think it's the joy of being back with you, Craig, from being honest with you. I've missed you.
Oh,
I miss you. When I'm here on the
too.
weekends, you're not in, I miss you. So it's just, I'm singing with joy for the fact that you're by my side. We're together again.
Yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, back together again. Back
Together.
Forever. I know. I really should find out how long it is we can sing.
Well, it's probably better if we don't, because if they turn around and go,
That's
oh,
it.
well, because you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can sing for as long as you want. Well, then we would, we'd just be singing all day.
Yeah,
all
we
day.
would, wouldn't we?
It would turn into a musical crafting.
It
Can you
would.
imagine that? Crafters TV,
Phantom
the musical.
of the Crafters.
The Phantom of the Crafters is here inside your mind.
Or instead of cats, it could be crafters. Oh, now there's a good one for tomorrow.
Huh?
There's a good one for tomorrow on Wake Up Call.
What's that?
You know, what alternative names, theatre production
okay.
names. Don't be commenting throughout the rest of the show. This is my gig for tomorrow. I want to be in these comments on Wake Up Call tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
So crafty musicals.
Crafty musicals.
Okay.
So instead of Phantom of the Opera, Phantom of the Crafters, Instead of cats, it could be crafters.
You probably come up with something better than that, you know. So.
Yeah.
Soldier's just come up with a cracker. Can I just mention the instead of chitty chitty bang bang, crafty crafty bang bang.
That is a good one. What about instead?
You're doing it tomorrow. No, you're doing it now.
Just try to think.
Just think of them. Don't, because otherwise then people will start sending in theirs.
Instead of kinky boots, kinky crafters.
Well, yes.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Anyway, so here we go. So what I've done is I've cut the Oh Holy Night out in gold mirror cardstock. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous on that one? Look at the detail within the Oh Holy Night. Well, it is Oh Holy Night because you've got the O at the top, but you've got the little star in there. You know, maybe you want to snip into little bits if you want to as well. You can do so many different ways, but then not forgetting, as Ben showed you, that is actually what you're paying for, but you're actually getting the stamps as well. So a nice array of stamps that's going to work really well with either this die or maybe you want to be using them on their own. Ben went through a few of the different sayings and that you've got within this set. Really nice little set, nice little circle images that runs throughout as well as some focal points for the front or middle of the card. But either way, it's a really nice set for that price as well. Many of you do, as Ben said as well, start early. You know, certainly here in the UK, we tend to start around about June time for Christmas. You guys stateside, certainly shopping TV-wise is usually a couple of months afterwards, but no reason why you cannot get in started right now. So nice set, Ben. Really nice set. Just to say as well as because time has gotten away with us, not had a chance to do my floral stamp and die demo, so do come back later on where you'll see that on Monday Maker. So you'll see a nice set demo with that one.
Well, I tell you what an hour and a half that has been. It has absolutely flown by. Big thank you to Rachel again from our Evesham store for having a chat with us. Big thank you to you for all your comments as well. What a great show this has been. Hopefully tomorrow, as I say on the show, crafty musicals. And I'm up for eating the cake, but it's obviously down to Craig whether or not he's got enough time to go and see if he can pick up some cake in between now and tomorrow morning. So we'll leave that with you, Craig. We'll leave that with you.
Yeah, need to try that one. See that. I'll have a look when I nip home. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. It's only just begun. You've got a full days left on Crafters TV. So what we have got in an hour and a half, Debbie's going to be in. Debbie Fisher's going to be in with Ben, where it's all about a craft vault, 2-hour craft vault and the foil press. So that's going to be 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then they're both going to be back later on for Monday Maker, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, and then come back onto my Facebook later on tonight here in the UK, 9:30 p.m. here in the UK, 4:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Pacific Time, whereas I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live all about a product some of you know, some of you don't, that is on their website, and that's Violet Studio Designs. Phenomenal collection, and I'm going to do a little bit of a Facebook Live on that one. Have a lovely rest of the day. I'll see you either on my Facebook Live later on today, or I'll see you right back here with the main man himself, and we're going to do it all over again tomorrow on Wake Up Call. See you then. Bye.
Bye.